Many years ago, in the beautiful country of the Philippines, a 17-year-old boy went to Manila's Chinatown to consult a fortune teller. The boy, who was a freshman at university, was desperate to find out whether he should give up his studies in Manila and return to his hometown in southern Philippines. He was homesick. The fortune teller looked at the boy's palm lines, his facial features, and with the help of his time and date of birth, proceeded to reveal the boy's destiny. "You must not give up your studies," he advised the boy, "because whatever you study, you're going to use it in your future career. You'll find your fortune in a place north of the Philippines. In your lifetime, you're going to live in 3 countries. And you will marry late, and your wife will be much younger than you." Madam Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, by now you will have guessed that that boy was me. And probably you're very interested to find out whether the fortune teller's predictions were accurate. Yes, 100% accurate. The fortune teller said that I was going to use what I studied at university in my future career. After graduation, I was offered an attractive and well-paid position of sales executive by the prestigious Shell company. I wanted that job very much. Unfortunately, I had to give it up because I didn't know how to drive. Then out of the blue, I received an unsolicited letter from a management consulting firm asking me to go for an interview. After a short interview, they offered me the position of assistant consultant doing work related to job evaluation and human resources. 2 subjects I took in my last year of my university career. And my subsequent work were all related to human resources. His second prediction was that I would find my fortune in a country north of the Philippines. After I've worked in Manila for 5 years, and at the age of 27, I applied to an advertisement placed by a multinational based in Hong Kong for a human resources manager position. The requirements were at least 40 years old, minimum 10 years experience, and could speak Cantonese. I did not meet any of those requirements, but miraculously I was offered the job. Why? Because the person who interviewed me, a nice gentleman from New Zealand, liked me, and he saw potential in me. I'm glad to say that I did not disappoint him. Third prediction, I was going to live in 3 countries. Yes, I have lived in 3 countries: Philippines, Hong Kong, and New Zealand. Fourth prediction, I was going to marry late and my wife would be much younger than me. Believe it or not, despite my average appearance, I had 3 other opportunities to get married before meeting my wife. But for some inexplicable reasons, they didn't happen until I met my wife, Teresa, who is much younger than me. I'm sure some of you are familiar with the issue of fate versus free will, which have been discussed and debated by philosophers over the centuries. Some believe in fate, that whatever happened to us in our life have been predetermined. Others believe in free will, that our choices determine our future, that we have control over our destiny. Those who are Christians believe that God controls their destiny, that He has a plan for all of us, that He will guide us throughout our lives. But there is certainly a danger of believing that all aspects of our lives have been decided by a supreme being, as it potentially could lead us to become inactive participants in our own lives, not to strive to improve ourselves, and worse, not to take responsibility for our actions. These are very complicated issues which we as human beings would find very hard to comprehend. Fellow Toastmasters, since that meeting with the fortune teller in Manila, Chinatown, I have subsequently consulted several fortune tellers in many countries. And I must say that their predictions have been rather consistent and accurate. Therefore, I have come to a conclusion that my life is fated. I believe that the choices we make in our lives have been decided for us. That basically we cannot make choices outside the boundaries of what has been predetermined, been predestined for us. Even the decision I took to continue my study in Manila after consulting the fortune teller was already predetermined. I'm fully convinced that our lives have been mapped out for us, that there's nothing we can do but to accept it. As the Bible says, man proposes and God disposes. Chairperson.